I don't know about you guys, but I am sick and tired of Cynthia Erivo. I'm sick of seeing her. She just likes doing these biopics about people that actually lived, but it's inaccurate. Of course, she did Harriet, which was an absolute fucking piece of shit. It wasn't a biopic at all. It was a fucking fantasy, okay? It was a fantasy for the white audiences because people like me in a black community that actually learned about Harriet Tubman and her real life. They knew for a fact that that movie was absolutely full of shit, falsehoods, and lies. Okay? Now she is doing a biopic series of the late, great Aretha Franklin. Okay? And a lot of people are saying that this is going to be crap because they don't like her, this woman here, not Aretha Franklin, but this woman here who's playing her, and including the family, are saying to protest this biopic series that is going to be on National Geographic, I believe, because this particular series is talking about her career, just as this movie that's coming out with Jennifer Hudson is going to be discussing her career and her life. And I'm going to see that one because I like Jennifer Hudson, and the family was actually consulted and worked with the people, the producers, and the production on that particular movie. It's just being a little bit delayed because of the health crisis that's going on right now, understandably. But I definitely want to see it when it comes out. But this biopic, which I had no idea was coming out, the family wasn't consulted on this at all. And usually, if you're going to do a movie or a series on someone who was alive, and the family is still alive, the immediate family is still alive, you would want to work with that family because you want to get the most accurate depiction of the person that is being shown in this particular piece. But unfortunately, the family wasn't consulted at all, and the production decided to go with people like Clive Davis and people in the industry and people on the estate of Aretha Franklin. Instead of talking to the immediate family about who she actually was, they're going with their own assumptions pretty much outside the box instead of inside the box, getting the actual inside, you know, details on her life and getting it accurate. Of course, once again, who is best to play a woman in our history but a woman like Cynthia Erivo, who wants to play this particular narrative when it has nothing to do with accuracy. I'm not surprised at this point. I'm kind of sick of this woman, tired of seeing her, and some people are saying, oh, she doesn't deserve to get all the flack that she's getting. She deserves to get every single goddamn bit of flack that she's getting. She deserved to get it when she did the Harriet movie, and she deserves to get this flack now that she's getting for this particular biopic. When you are playing in a movie or a television show where they're not getting it accurate, and I'm not saying you got to get everything accurate, but to be as accurate as possible, but you're going on your own assumptions and people's hearsay instead of the actual family who knew the woman because she was their family, then you are asking for people to come at you the way people are coming at this particular series right now. Nobody is really complaining about respect. I mean, it hasn't been seen yet, but for the most part, people are looking forward to that because they seen that it was actually told, as I just told you a couple of minutes ago, that the family was consulted on that, and it's going to be as accurate as it can possibly be, and I'm looking forward to seeing that. But this particular series, nobody wants to see. And I'm not even going to say the sad part. I'm not even going to say the sad part. You got people working on this production who are from our own community that are doing this. And I'm not surprised at this point because we have people who are from our own community that did Harriet. And they're going to tell you that it's accurate, but it wasn't accurate at all. You know? It's fucking ridiculous. I don't know if this woman, I'm looking at her last name, Suzanne Laurie Parks. I don't know if she is related to Gordon Parks. I don't know. But it doesn't even matter to me. It's just sad when you see people from your own community that are working on a biopic for someone in your community and they can't even get it accurate. They don't want to work with the family. They want to go by their own vision. Okay, understood. But don't you want to get it kind of accurate so it actually depicts the person instead of you just adding shit in? This is why, I mean, a lot of people just can't respect shit like this. They can't, and I understand why. I can't respect Harriet, and I wouldn't even watch that fucking movie. And there are black people out there that will tell you that that movie is actually true. That movie is actually accurate. That movie was a masterpiece. And I'm looking at them like they are out of this world. They came from Mars. They came from wherever, but they ain't come from this planet. Because if you think that Harriet was a good movie, you are a fool. Look, at the end of the day, the production is black, but they're doing it for I would say they were doing mostly for a white audience, but there are going to be black people that watch this particular series and say, okay, I'm all about supporting black production. I'm all about supporting black, progress and everything. But if you're not doing something accurate, say if I was a famous person or someone in my family was a famous person, they died. I'm not asking for money to be consulted with you, but I want to speak to you and tell you what really happened so you don't put your own assumption in. You could talk to a record producer all you want. They don't know the whole fucking story about somebody's life. They weren't with them when they were home with their family, okay? So that does kind of make me think like, yeah, well, these people are going to put their own little pieces in because it's their own vision understood. But still, you want to see accuracy when it comes to somebody's life, and putting things in that never really happened. Especially, man, I just keep going back to the Harriet movie. It's not even because Cynthia Erivo. It's just another example of how they added things in that were never true. There was no white man in love with her. She didn't even have any feelings or affections for white men. There was no black bounty hunter, okay? There's all this bullshit they added in that was not even true to appease white audiences, really. That's what it was. And when I see black production doing this, adding their own things in and, throwing shade at their own community, I don't like that. I really don't. That shows me that you're a traitor. That shows me that you're an enemy. You're not a friend to the community. End of story. So, of course, a lot of people are angry because they don't like the fact that Cynthia Erivo, once again, has chosen the role for someone who has lived on this planet, and it's something it's a biopic. It's a well, I would say biopic, not a documentary. It's about someone's life, okay? And she is in the starring role. A lot of people don't like her because of that Harriet Tubman shit, and I can't blame them. Anyway, the family is calling to protest this particular series. I know there are going to be black people out there that watch it. I'm not going to watch it. I don't hate Cynthia Erivo. I just don't like her for participating in things like this. She especially got on my bad side with being in Harriet and knowing that, well, maybe she didn't know, but I would think she would know, okay, if you're an educated person, that a lot of the shit that you're doing in the movie is not true. But I understand you're getting a paycheck, so you don't really give a shit. But see, if it was me, doing somebody's life on the screen, I would make sure it was accurate as possible, okay? We got stories like Ray. We got the thing that Chadman Boseman was in. I think it was the Get Up, about James Brown's life. Of course, there were some things that may have been put in there that weren't, but for the most part, most of the movie is accurate, and that's what people are talking about. That's what the family's talking about. Just don't put anything in, like put a scene in when she's smoking and doing drugs if she wasn't even doing drugs. I'm just saying per se, as an example. But this is just something I heard about. Anybody want to talk about in the comment section, leave your opinion, that's fine. I know the channel's small, as is always, it's going to continue to stay small because YouTube's going to keep me down with the shadow ban, but I just wanted to put this up real fast. I understand where the family's coming from, and I support them 100%. I'm not going to watch this shit. I'm not going to watch it at all. I'm going to be waiting for the Jennifer Hudson movie to come out. Respect. But this series is coming out from National Geographic called Genius. I'm not going to do it. I support black production. I support black, people doing their thing, but I'm not going to support anybody that does anything inaccurate or wants to shame the name of someone great that lived on this planet who was a legend in the music industry. A black woman that was a legend, okay? So anyway, I'm out. Talk to you next time. Peace. Stay safe.